Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, Reacting Chill. I'm Dika. So last time on Obi-Wan Kenobi, we had Obi-Wan follow the ship that took Leia to the planet of Dayu. Now, once he arrived on that planet, he caught wind of another Jedi called, what was his name? Haja Estri. So when he went to sort of find out from this Jedi if he could help him, he realised that Haja was actually a fake. However, what he was doing was helping people off the planet. But he was able to find out from Haja some information that helped potentially lead him to where Leia was being kept. Once he was able to get Leia, and obviously at that point Reva made her way to the planet, she ended up sending out a citywide hunt for him. So she sent out the information to all the bounty hunters that Obi-Wan was on the planet. So during this escalation, unfortunately Leia got the wrong end and she assumed that Obi-Wan was out to hurt her, which ended up resulting on this battle on top of the rooftops. Obi-Wan was forced to, when Leia unfortunately fell, Obi-Wan was forced to have to use the Force, which was, by the looks of it, quite difficult for him. And I don't know if that was maybe to do with keeping his power suppressed, or it was just been a while since he'd had to use it. So once he saved Leia, Haja did end up coming in clutch, because he did tell them to go into the not to the port ship, but it was like a cargo ship. So he did say that, look, this cargo ship, the cargo ship was going to Mapuzo, so he's like, go on there, they're not going to look for you there. And he was even brave enough to go up against Reva to give them more time to escape. This kind of was like a double-edged sword, because Reva was able to use the Force to sort of poke around in his mind and found their whereabouts. So she followed them off onto the cargo ship. And during this point where she was trying to, get him to come out, reveal his position, Obi-Wan also found out that Anakin was still alive. So this is at this point that he found out that his friend hadn't unfortunately died on Mustafa. And knowing that, and potentially the rage he was feeling, this could mean a lot of things. So at that point, Grand Inquisitor had turned up, and Reva had enough of the Grand Inquisitor and she decided to kill him. And then Obi-Wan used this moment in time to escape onto the cargo ship. To escape onto the cargo ship. However, still reeling from the information of finding out his friend was actually still alive. And then we saw that bit at the end where we saw Anakin Skywalker in the basically the tube thing, basically getting ready to ascend. But no, that last time was a really good episode. I'm excited to see where Obi-Wan and Leia end up, and I'm hoping Haja did come through in terms of where he was sending them to. He said that there are allies there and people that were going to help you. So here we are with episode 3. Oh yes, goodness. Oof.
Anakin Skywalker is alive.
Shit.
Grand Inquisitor means nothing. Kenobi is all that matters now.
Wait, who's doing his voice? Is it? Hold on. It is James L. Jones. They got him back. James L. Jones is back doing. Oh, sick.
Prove yourself, and the position of Grand Inquisitor is yours.
It was a promotion.
The Force. What does it feel like?
How does it feel when you turn on the light?
I feel safe.
Yes, it feels like that. Okay.
Oh, he's like having nightmares.
Ben?
Like he's literally seeing him.
He's in one of the mining systems.
You do not know that.
He could be anywhere. I traced the manifest. Send out the probes.
None. They can't argue against him.
I will get what I deserve. I certainly hope so.
I feel like there's a bigger thing going on here? What if Raver's...
Maybe they're just late.
Maybe it was a lie. I knew it. I never should have trusted him.
Hi, I'm Lula.
My pleasure. Hop in.
Frank seems nice enough. Oh shit. Be cool, be cool.
You a miner?
Farmer.
Farmer from Tall.
Don't you think they're on this planet?
They know what they're doing, Leia.
Luma!
That was her mother's name.
Shit.
I get confused. Like I said, it's not been easy.
Oh, good save.
What?
You knew her. And your mother, didn't you?
Oh.
It was just a story. I remember a baby.
A baby?
Yes, I think I had a brother. I don't remember.
A couple of strays I found. Thought you might want to check them out.
Oh,
All right. Thanks, Frank.
Freck! Oh, oh shit, oh damn! And get him too! Oh!
Let her go.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Get down! Get down on the ground!
Oh, she must be the person.
Come on. They'll have sent a transmission. We have to hurry. I can get you to the port. There's a pilot who's agreed to take you, but he's not scheduled to leave for a few hours. So I need to lay low. Wait here. We're lieutenant if needed. Oh, it's all right. He's on our side. Designation's an FB.
L0LA59.
Ah, Leila.
Lola, say hello.
We have safe houses like this throughout the galaxy. Trying to link the systems. You're not the first Jedi to come through here.
Oh.
I said, open up.
Oh.
We need to search the premises. Hey! I'm talking to you. It's just a loader. It doesn't understand. Come on.
Damn.
I've been compromised. We're coming to you right now. I don't care. Get the ship ready. Hurry.
Why do you do this? Risk everything.
We made some mistakes.
We all do.
What is it?
Did he? Is that Vader? Yeah. Oh, I knew it. He felt Anakin. I know it's your old bestie, but he's clearly not. And Anakin will sense him. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, she. Damn it. He did not wait. Were they force sensitive? But one thing I noticed is that Reva clearly wasn't happy with that, which I have something to mention. What if Reva's whole thing about being obsessed with Obi-Wan Kenobi and, you know, like Grand Inquisitor was saying, you want to gain a favor with Vader, is to get close to Vader, to potentially, well, she's close to him now, but to get close enough for him to trust her. I don't know, maybe the real ploy is to get to him. He must sense him. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, he found him. Oh. He's like, we have unfinished business, old friend. Oh. Shit, man.
What have you become?
I am what you made me.
Oh my god. Shit, how did he get there so quick? Is that the boogeyman?
Keep running till you reach the port. A pilot will meet there.
Bring him back.
think it's Hayden under there as well. Shit. I'm telling you. He's so menacing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit.
Now you will suffer.
Oh damn! Ouch!
Bring him to me.
Anakin was literally dragging him over the hot coals.
Ready the transport. We have to get him to Japan.
Oof.
I'll take you from here.
Oh my god. Shoot. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. The end of that was absolutely crazy. So Obi-Wan and Leia had ended up on Mapuzo. It was a mining planet. It was something else, but now under the Empire had ravaged it, and the hunt was now on. Obviously, Reva had reported back to before that, it was so cool to hear, and I had to do a quick check that James L. Jones was still he came back as the voice of Vader, and it just suited him. It was just right having, obviously Hayden's under the mask this time, but James L. Jones was actually the voice of Vader. So Reva had come back to say that Obi-Wan had escaped and he had killed the Grand Inquisitor. And Vader obviously gave her a warning. He basically said, get him and you could be promoted, but if you mess up, you're not gonna live to regret it. And I'll talk about when Vader himself appeared on Mapuzo. I keep getting the name wrong. Mapuzo, when Vader himself appeared on the planet, and he was literally taking bodies. But anyway, they ended up on the planet, and the Obi-Wan Kenobi was still untrusting of Hajar. He didn't know if he potentially led them into a trap. But they were trying to the rendezvous point. Obviously who they were waiting for wasn't there, so they had to think of another plan. I forgot the name of the guy in the truck who took them there, but he already had his suspicions of them. So when they had, I think came to like sort of this check-in point, and Obi-Wan had to fight because the droids that were sent out would have recognized him straight off the bat, and he started fighting. That's when the actual connect, or the person they meant to connect with, had turned up. She had taken them into town, and we'd find out that many Jedi have passed through. So the safe house, she said, we've got a lot of safe houses, and it was actually kind of nice to talk about, when she had joined the Empire and what it stood for, and obviously now that wasn't the case, and how they were helping Jedi, sort of like the Resistance. And there was something I did pick up, especially of, I did mention this in the reaction when Reva and Fifth Brother were fighting, and how he was like, I hope this basically gets you everything you wanted. I felt like there was almost a somber tone to her, and again, I don't know, and obviously when she was able to track, when they all made it to the planet, she was able to go through the workshop bit to where they were, and she saw the writings on the wall from the previous Jedi and everything. She saw the symbol of the Jedi Order. She did become angry. She Chucky. So I'm now thinking, what if Reva she's so adamant to get Obi-Wan. She keeps saying she's going to get what's owned to her, but I don't know what she means by what's owned to her. Clearly, she's force sensitive. She's got the power of the force. Is this got to do with something? Is there something else in the works? Is it more like a revenge thing? So it'll be really interesting, because it was kind of, I don't know what it is, like a reminiscent, because they mentioned that the Inquisitors were Jedi who turned to the dark side. So, I don't know, maybe there's internal turmoil there, because again, you can see it on her face when Darth Vader was taking bodies. So, when Hajar's Connect got them to the cave, you saw, and obviously they were able to report after the fight that happened at the checkpoint. One of the robots were able to report that Obi-Wan was there, and I love the fact that Vader himself took a personal trip, and the woman who saved them, or who met up with them, was mentioning how there were even anyone that shows any form of who's force sensitive. Even the slightest children, they were taking them away. So prior to them getting there to the planet of Mapuza, Obi-Wan was obviously was meditating. That the most dangerous thing is, when Anakin turned up onto the planet, Leia was right there. So again, the fact if he could sense her, he was literally walking through town, literally snatching people out of their houses and killing them on sight. It was ridiculous. He had literally no remorse of who or what was going to get in his way. Men and children, women, children, everyone, as you could see, he has no issue. So it was crazy how it was almost like a sucker punch, a forced sucker punch, when Obi-Wan sensed Anakin, and it really got to him. So he decided to go outside and sort of make sure, he even asked the lady, and again, I do apologize if they mentioned her name, please protect her, make sure she gets home, because she had a pilot waiting while he went out to go up against Anakin. So as you can see, there are shadows of the past and all sorts going through Obi-Wan's head. He clearly doesn't want to fight him, but he's worried, he's scared. And as you can see Anakin baiting him. I mean, the most craziest part of this episode is when he lit the coals and he dragged him through, like, your suffering's only going to start now sort of thing. And you can see there's a lot that Anakin is angry at Obi-Wan for. He even said that you're the one who made me this way, it was all you. And at that point, there's a lot of conversations Obi-Wan's remembering, the words of his master, look after Anakin. I think it runs deeper to the sense of the fact that he failed Anakin is not just that, he also failed his master. So when Leia and, I do apologise, I did forget her name. When Leia and the lady was running through the tunnel, she said he may need help. So she went back, which she did help. So because she shot some of the stormtroopers, and she was able to sort of light up the area so that the other robot could take him, the robot in the workshop could take him away, and they were going to go to Jabin because his wounds, he literally got dragged over hot coals, so his wounds needed to be healed. Unfortunately, as Reva was on their tail, she was able to catch up to the pilot, kill him, and obviously take Leia. Again, I mentioned this before, Anakin doesn't even know about the existence of his kids at this moment in time. Reva probably doesn't even know the fact that the person she's just kidnapped, Leia herself, doesn't know how important she is. So I love how, obviously right now, Obi-Wan's greatest fear, especially when that the one who helped them when she said that they were taking kids, anyone that was showing force sensitivity, just goes to show that his fears have now doubled, because obviously he's got one of his kids right here. But yeah, that was a really good episode. I guess, I don't know what it is, having this high res, considering it's meant to be in the past, and this has happened before. The original trilogy is supposed to have happened. Seeing a high-res Darth Vader is just so exciting to see, and I just can't wait. I still think there's more to Reva than being someone who's bent on revenge and just getting Obi-Wan Kenobi. I feel like there's a story behind that, and I'm excited to see if Obi-Wan's able to fight the fear that he's currently got to go, literally fight his friend. I mean, Anakin, to be honest, is there a part of Anakin that doesn't want to kill Obi-Wan? Maybe, because he could have killed him. He said, I just want to make you suffer, like he did. But maybe there's a part of Anakin that doesn't really want to kill Obi-Wan. Who knows? But it was almost like when they were able to take him away, I'm sure a little bit of fire wasn't going to stop Anakin. He was, it wasn't like they were fighting on a freaking big ball of planet. It was almost as if, I'll get you next time sort of thing. He could have easily taken out the droid. So I'm not sure what he's thinking, but anyway, we'll see. But anyway, that was a great third episode. I can't wait to see what happens next. If you did like this video, don't forget to give me a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.